The strongest firewall in the world can't protect you if you willingly open the door. And that's exactly what social engineering, like phishing, banks on. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are diving headfirst into an invisible threat landscape. See, modern cybercriminals are completely bypassing billions of dollars in advanced security technology by hacking something much older and honestly far more vulnerable: us. They're hacking human psychology.
Think about it. Attackers simply do not want to spend weeks trying to crack some complex encryption algorithm if they can just trick you into handing over the keys, right? It is a stark, cautionary reality of the digital age we live in. The modern hacker doesn't break in anymore. They log in, and they use trust as their primary weapon. It's the path of least resistance, and quite frankly, it is by far the most lucrative strategy they have in their arsenal.
So at its core, social engineering exploits cognitive biases and emotions, not technical flaws. Now, this isn't exactly a new concept. If we look back to the 80s and 90s, legendary hackers like Kevin Mitnick notoriously conned phone company employees into handing over core system access using literally nothing but a telephone, a confident tone, and a really convincing story. But what's truly terrifying today is the evolution of this tactic. We've moved way away from those manual, one-off cons into this crazy era of massive, automated campaigns of digital deceit.
And this deceit isn't just some random email blasted out into the void hoping someone clicks. It's a meticulously structured life cycle. An attacker usually starts with thorough preparation and information gathering. Quietly scouring social media to identify targets and gather personal intel. Then, they use that intel to formulate a highly targeted attack and build a false rapport with you. Once that communication is established, they exploit that newly formed trust to elicit the exact data they need, satisfying their ultimate goal. It's a calculated, step-by-step playbook completely designed to lower your defenses.
And because they follow this playbook so closely, cybercriminals have developed highly specialized, multi-channel tactics to get to us. They might target you specifically with spear phishing, using your personal details to craft a bespoke illusion. Or they might go after the big catches, like a CEO, for a massive wire transfer. That's called whaling. But the threat has moved way beyond the email inbox. We're now seeing SMS-based smishing, voice-spoofed phishing calls that literally fake the caller ID on your phone, and even quishing, which hides malicious intent behind an everyday QR code just to bypass your security scanners entirely.
Now consider this staggering statistic. Researchers recently tested multiple smishing messages aimed at stealing multi-factor authentication codes. The success rate? It was nearly 50%. That means half of the people who received a fake text pretending to be a legitimate service just handed over the ultimate key to their secure accounts. Half. This just proves how incredibly, dangerously effective psychological manipulation can be when it catches us off guard.
Take a second right now and think about your own overflowing inbox or your recent text messages. Have you ever received an urgent message saying your package couldn't be delivered? Or maybe a frantic alert that your bank account is going to be locked if you don't click a link immediately? I know I have. We all have. By hiding in the sheer volume of digital noise we deal with every single day, attackers make this abstract threat of deception an immediate, highly personal reality for every single one of us.
So why do these messages work so seamlessly? Well, it's because cybercriminals are weaponizing deeply ingrained psychological triggers. Actually, they're the exact same triggers marketers use, just with malicious intent. They exploit authority by pretending to be the IRS or your boss, knowing we're socially conditioned to comply. They use urgency to create a state of panic, forcing you to act before your logical brain can even verify the request. They leverage reciprocity with free offers and scarcity to induce a fear of missing out. They aren't hacking your computer, they are literally hacking human nature.
And this manipulation is bleeding into emerging technologies too. There was this fascinating ISACA study that looked at user behavior in augmented reality environments. When users were immersed and distracted, they were presented with two pop-ups at the same time: a fake incoming call from a friend and a critical device security warning. Overwhelmingly, users completely ignored the massive security alarm. The social pressure to answer a friend entirely overrode their digital self-preservation. It is a hacker's absolute dream.
But knowing the playbook means we can shift to defense. Your instincts need to be your first line of security. You have to look for the red flags. Manufactured urgency demanding immediate action is a big one. Legitimate organizations rarely, if ever, impose a 2-hour ultimatum on you. Watch out for mismatched links. Always hover before you click to ensure the destination actually matches the text. And beware of unexpected attachments, requests that conveniently ask you to secretly bypass normal company protocols, and generic greetings from someone who supposedly knows you well.
You have to remember, attackers routinely weaponize the mundane. They manufacture fake system alerts and notification bells just to make you think you're missing something critical. They also hide poison right in plain sight using common office documents. If you aren't expecting that Word, Excel, or PDF file, absolutely do not open it. Malicious macros embedded in these everyday tools remain a primary delivery mechanism for crippling ransomware. They essentially turn our daily workflows into minefields.
Fortunately, cybersecurity experts at agencies like CISA have laid out actionable defense strategies to stop these attacks in their tracks. First up, verify identities. If your boss asked for a weird wire transfer via email, call them on the phone to confirm. Second, implement multi-factor authentication everywhere. It is a vital safety net. Third, build the habit of hovering before clicking to spot those sneaky lookalike domains. And finally, practice continuous security awareness. Hey, just by engaging with this explainer, you're already building a much stronger mental firewall.
The human element may be the most vulnerable link in the cybersecurity chain, but through awareness and education, we absolutely have the potential to become the strongest defense. So I want to hear from you. What's the trickiest, most convincing phishing attempt you've ever seen? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. And as AI makes these synthetic fakes even more indistinguishable from reality, leave today asking yourself, how will you verify who you're actually talking to tomorrow? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay safe out there.